Hey, in this video, I'm gonna review the Infantino Grow With Me Activity Gym and Ball Pit. I'm gonna let you know how long you should actually expect it to grow with your baby and who we think it's best for. So make sure you stick with me to the end. Hey, I'm Dan and welcome to Parent Pacifier, where my wife Amanda and I help you save time and headaches with parenting tip videos and baby product reviews just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so that you never miss a video. With that said, I've got a quick question for you. Have you already purchased this activity center or are you looking to buy it? We'd love to know. Let us know in the comments below. All right, let's get into the review. The Infantino Activity Center is meant to grow with your baby, right? That's why it's Grow With Me. So there's 3 stages. The newborn phase, you can lay and play. Then as they start to sit up and grow, they could sit and play. And then they could play in the ball pit. So starting with the newborn stage, you can lay and play, where you lay your baby down, and they could play with these hanging, stimulating toys, right? They could kick them, hit them, right? There's even a mirror on the little crab, so this way they could see themselves. It gives them a little bit of stimulation, some things to play with. We found this to be very helpful. One, because we could lay them down on the floor without actually putting them on the carpet. That's always a benefit, so any kind of these mat toys is great. It also doesn't take up a huge amount of space for the newborn stage, or even within those first few months. It doesn't take up much space, and it's perfectly sized for them. And once they grow out of the newborn phase, I don't know how long it'll actually grow with your baby. It depends on how small, how active, and how strong your baby is. Our son kind of grew out of it pretty fast, and he was rolling right over the netting, right? So as your baby grows, you could put him in the sit and play mode, where you could raise the fence. You put in this little blue styrofoam that's covered with fabric. You could put that up in here to pull the fence up. This way you could have your fence around the baby, keep them in, right? But it's pretty flimsy. It doesn't hurt them, obviously. Our son was rolling so much at one stage, I forget exactly how many months that was, but he rolled right over it so many times that it didn't keep him in it anymore. So they may not stay within it for very long. I found that the best benefit of this is that it has this ball pit. It has all of these balls that come right inside of you here, and it's all contained right inside of the head of the turtle. And that's where you could store them, which is great because if you have a newborn, you're not going to use those for a while, at least a couple of months. And then once they start playing and grabbing, then that's when you can start pulling those out and do it one at a time. The annoying thing is if you want to take all of these out or put all of them back in, you have to do it one at a time by hand. That's kind of frustrating. But I am thankful that it doesn't just turn over and balls don't just go everywhere. The ball pit is exactly what's lasted us way beyond the actual use of the activity gym itself. Like I said, our son really rolls out of it. He's rolled out of it since, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months he was rolling out of it, and it didn't keep him contained. But it was useful because we could throw a bunch of balls in there and it keeps him distracted for a little bit, but most of the time he kept rolling and rolling and rolling. That might be different for your baby, so you can't really go by every single baby, right? Your baby might be smaller, might not be as active, or might not roll as fast, or might actually just be distracted or be able to play with those balls and not look to roll all over the floor. He loves grabbing onto these. They're very soft. They're not hard. They don't have any air holes or anything in there. So he could grab onto it even in his little hands and be able to throw them and play with them. We just throw it right into his pack and play, actually, and we don't use the activity center. But it's cool to have had the activity center throughout those months. It'd be useful, and still be able to use these as a toy, a sensory item, something that he could play with, that he could throw, and keep using that throughout. I think that's a great feature as your baby grows, and that's what makes it useful beyond the newborn to 4 or 5 month stage. So it's easy to clean if you use a wipe or a towel, but you can't put it in the washing machine. So if it gets wet, gets dirty, gets stained, you have to clean it manually with your hands. It's also not super easy to store. Now you can easily detach these top arms if you want to take that with you and then fold it up that way. But the turtle head is what stores all of the balls, so you would have to take all of them out and put them in a separate bag if you wanted to completely fold up the bottom. We've never done it. We've just left it out. And right about now is when we're going to start packing it away for our next kid. So we're probably going to take it apart and leave it for whenever our future next kid is here. But we're going to keep the ball pit balls, use that in his pack and play, be part of his toys that are all over the place now at 11 months. So technically we're still using a good portion of it even now at 11 months, so I do think it's worth buying. I would say if your baby is older than 3 months and you're considering it now, I would say it's probably not worth it. But if you're expecting, or if you have a newborn, I would say it's a great purchase for you because you'll have the most amount of use out of it for your time. So I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to know, and consider checking out one of these videos from Parent Pacifier. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.